Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
We're so thrilled to have on the show an incredibly talented young lady who started singing at only 7 years old. She's now 13, soon to be 14. Phoebe White. Thanks for coming on the show, Phoebe.
Thank you for having me.
You know, I had to have you on the show once I listened to your music, and your album, UnXpected, came out last year. How did you end up working with Riders in the Sky?
So, when I was on Woodsong's Old Time Radio Hour
Right.
with Michael Jonathan, he invited me to open up for them at the Kentucky Castle.
Wow.
And then we met, and Woody Paul and Ranger Doug gave me tips to learn the Suzy Bogguss version of Cowboy Sweetheart, which is a different yodel, because he said, just kind of get up into a different yodel, because he thought I could do it and stuff. And
Right.
And after that, we became so good friends.
And then what are the name of your boots?
Woody Paul boots.
And you have the fringe pants, and those were not custom ordered.
No, my mom made them. My momager.
That's such a good, and you said like you have multi-colors of outfits and everything with the fringe that your mom did.
Yes. I have purple. I actually have I have multicolored hats too.
Really?
Yeah, so I had when I was in Albuquerque, we were there for a week and I had to have different colors. I couldn't just wear the same thing.
Yeah.
So I had this in every single color.
That's amazing. Well, I feel like I'm seeing you everywhere, including that now in the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame, you have an exhibit there.
Yes.
How did that happen?
So Jessica, she's the one who runs the Hall of Fame for Wood Song Farmers. It's Wood Songs and Song Farmers. And she told me, I'd like to have you in the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame. And I thought she was joking and stuff. It's like, oh, you're just being nice. But she was actually really serious about it. And I was shocked. She said, maybe we can put you in like one of these little custom wall things. I don't know what they're called, but
I don't know, but it's a nice exhibit. I saw the pictures.
Yeah, and so we started gathering up things we could put in it, and we revealed it Saturday.
Wow, how incredible. Well, and I was going to bring up UnXpected, your album that came out last year.
Yes.
I know you're working on a new album, and you've got new music you're writing and everything. What impressed me, Phoebe, is that the maturity of your voice and how you're able to go between singing traditional songs and even some like almost in a gospel vein, but then put in the yodeling, and it really sounds so young and fresh. I mean, how do you achieve that at such a young age?
My voice teacher, Miss Erica Gaines.
Really? And she's a yodeler also.
She can yodel. She's really good at helping me with yodel. So the Suzy Bogguss version, I was struggling with learning, and at the time I was with her, and she actually helped me slow it down and to learn it and get it polished and stuff. So she's the whole reason I'm able to do sing clearly and talk, and she helps me with talking in interviews and stuff like that.
Obviously, she's done very well. Maybe she can work with me also. So you have to get the phone number from you. Now let's talk about the artist that inspired you to get into more of the singing and the yodeling that you first heard. It's like going, I have to do this. Who was it?
Patsy Montana, Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, and Riders in the Sky.
Wow. And now you've got Riders in the Sky worked with you on this last album.
Yes.
And I have to bring this up. You've already been on the Grand Ole Opry with them.
Yes.
How was that?
It was so much fun. So before I got on stage, I wasn't nervous because I never get nervous. The day I performed the first time, after that, I never got nervous ever again. So they're like, are you nervous? I'm like, no, I'm just shaking with excitement. I was physically just shaking with excitement. And after I got on stage, I was so happy. It was so much fun.
And once again, I know that they've taken you under their wing and given you suggestions on, your performing and your singing and everything, but it's such a perfect fit with Riders in the Sky. You know what I mean? It's like with the music that they have done for years, and now with your, younger version, newer version of it, it just seems like it works so well.
It just is so much fun with them. I love being with them. So during the pandemic, they'd even FaceTime me and give me tips on fiddling and yodeling and guitar, stuff like that.
Really?
So we became really good friends.
Wow. That's like a professional class then. Well, we got to bring this up too, Phoebe. How many instruments do you play? Because I know it's like you don't just play guitar, which obviously you're on stage a lot, and I know, you've been playing your Yamaha guitar, you got a brand new Martin. How many instruments do you play?
I play guitar, banjo, mandolin, ukulele, drums. I'm learning bass, and I'm learning fiddle, and I play piano.
Wow. Do you have time for all those? I mean,
yeah. I'm homeschooled, so I get to do stuff. Yeah.
Well, now I got to ask you this then. I'm sure viewers want to know, which instrument do you write on most?
My guitar.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the one that speaks to you when you're
Yes.
writing songs. How do you get inspiration for your new songs?
I usually either watch like a Western movie or I'm just in the zone.
Really? You know, and that's what it was on UnXpected too, that I appreciated, is that, you know, you've got the newer songs and everything, but you have the traditional songs, and you're able to weave between all of them. And with the video out too, but we have to bring this up to where the Riders in the Sky changed a song for you.
Yeah.
What's the name of the song?
Just Phoebe the Yodeling Cowgirl.
You have your own song. You have your own theme song. It's like being in Toy Story.
Yeah.
That has to make you feel good.
Yeah.
You sound so, and the video for that as well.
It was so much fun.
Well, I mean, let's see. Now you're working on the new album. You're in the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame. You've been on the Opry. What's next?
Grammy.
I think that's a good call. You know, but I mean, what, you have big festivals and everything coming up, a lot of shows?
I have a 2-hour set coming up, which is like 45 to 46 songs, because cowboy songs are like 1 minute long to 2 minute long. So,
Right.
I'm hoping to be on the Opry again, writing some new songs, and making another album, which should probably come out next year.
Wow.
And yeah.
And you know, a lot of people don't realize that you're from London, Kentucky.
Yes, not London, England.
But I mean, you know, it's so interesting that, you know, so much bluegrass and everything and country music comes out of Kentucky. And so it's like now you, with the Western swing and with the yodeling, you're bringing that everywhere. Do you find that a lot of places now are requesting you to come and play and sing?
Yeah. Yeah. It's so much fun. I love making people smile.
Well, and I've got to ask you this too, Phoebe. Obviously, as a young lady, do you find that a lot of young people are coming up to you and asking you how you got into the business now? Because, I mean, in a short amount of time, you've become very successful. So are they coming up and asking you, it's like, how do I get into the music business? How do I write songs? Do you find that too?
Sometimes, and yeah, most of the time they like ask what's my favorite kind of genre of music and stuff like that. But I did do an interview with younger kids, which they asked what my favorite, like stuff like that.
Right.
And so, yeah.
I think you should be playing assemblies. Just all over the country to, you know, because I mean, I think it's an inspiration to see what you've done with your music at such a young age, but also, like we were talking before we came in studio, you started singing at 7 and then started getting formal training at 8. You were already winning awards for your yodeling and singing. I mean, at that young an age, I mean, and now you're continuing to learn new instruments, which, let me know how it goes with the fiddle, because that's not an easy one.
Yeah, I sound like a dying cow. It's not the best.
But you know what? The more you play,
I just don't understand how Woody Paul can do it so easily.
He makes it look so easy.
It looks so easy. Like, oh, I could do that, and it's like, no, I can't.
I know. That's when but at least you have advice from these great players. You know, and I know you're going to have a lot of shows coming up, and obviously the new album probably coming out next year.
Yes.
So we can't say what the name of that is, but you're writing originals for that.
Yes, all originals.
That's exciting. You're going to have like your own Western band now.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have to name them.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Besides the boot sponsor and the hat sponsor. Because you said you have like more than 1 or 2 hats now.
Yeah, I have too many actually. But they're not like I have like those circle hats. You know those circle hats that really aren't cowboy hats? But this is actually a real cowboy hat because Woody Paul gave it to me.
Oh my gosh.
We were at the Opry and we were talking about like perfect hats, the hats I need and stuff like that. And he went to his closet and he found a hat and he gave it to me. So this is actually his hat.
How incredible is that? Wow. I mean, just amazing the experiences you're getting at this young an age.
And the funny thing was, I said, "Hey Woody, this is your hat." He's like, "Oh yeah, it is." So when I was at Opry, I wore it and I was like, "It's your hat," and he's like, "Oh, it is. It is my hat."
It's like your good luck hat now.
Yeah.
You have to wear it.
Yeah. If I don't wear it, it's just
It's bad luck. And the fancy earrings you have on too.
My mom got them for me.
Yeah, the cactus earrings. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to hear the new music. I want to make sure for our viewers, with everything that you have going, Phoebe, for the upcoming, you know, tour and everything else, all your shows. Obviously, you're going to be back on the Opry as a regular. That's just a given. But where do they need to go for your website, for social media, and for everything Phoebe White?
SingPhoebeSing.com.
Wow, that's a great one. Who came up with that? You?
My mom.
I thought you
Because
did.
there's another Phoebe White, actually.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I only knew about you. Well, I'll tell you what, for our viewers, if you haven't heard her yet, you need to. Be sure and go ahead and get the album. You can download it, add it to your playlist. UnXpected, and it's spelled, with un and then the expected.
Yeah.
Did you come up with that?
I think Michael Jonathan came up with it.
Really?
Yeah.
I really like that.
I like it
And then
too.
all of the songs are incredible. And your work with Riders in the Sky and everything, you got music videos out, you have your own song. Then people can go and see your exhibit at the Country Music Hall of the Kentucky Country Music Hall of Fame,
Yes.
right? And then Opry. And so that video's out.
Yeah.
And more appearances on the Opry, more tours, everything else. It's just amazing. Be sure and follow her online and go see her live, but you're going to love the music as much as I do. What an incredible talent, mature voice, yodeling, and more instruments too. You're going to need a bigger bus or something just to hold all the instruments, right?
I actually have like a plaque. It's like a line, and it's just like instruments, and then there's another row, and then there's instruments. Because my whole family has lots of instruments.
Right.
Yeah, so my brother has a guitar. It's like a travel guitar. It's like a skinny little guitar. And so I think mine, sisters, maybe 7 or 8. And my dad plays guitar, so he influenced me to start playing guitar too. So yeah.
So you come from a family of musicians.
Not all of them play music. My brother's learning electric guitar.
Wow.
My little brother plays ukulele, and my older sibling, my older sister who's 14 and my older brother who's 19.
Right.
He's turning 19 in September. So they both play piano.
Wow.
They did play piano.
Yeah. Well, now you just have a jam band.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
great.
You can't go wrong with that. Yeah. You have your own family and you have Riders in the Sky, so you have multiple bands to play with.
They're like family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, be sure and follow her. Add the music to your playlist. UnXpected. Phoebe White, we're going to see more great things from you. Can't wait to see you back on the Opry.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.